Okay.
So just look at this camera.
Look at that one. Okay.
Yep.
Do we need to do that over?
You can if you want.
Yeah, let's do it over one time because I didn't say anything about my wife or anything. Yeah, it's kind of bad.
Go for it.
Hey guys, I'm Scott Barber from Parsons, Tennessee. I'm a hospital administrator. Been married to my wife for 29 years. I have two wonderful daughters, Lauren and Grace, and I'm here with the Woodsman and here with my brother, Mark Barber.
My name is Mark Barber. Currently live in Lyles, Tennessee with my wife, Amy. I'm the Director of Purchasing and Logistics for a custom foot orthotic manufacturer called Soul Support.
Yeah, I've been with the Woodsman for 5 seasons now. Been fortunate enough to have some of our footage being shown to make the show for the last 3 years. And my brother came in a couple of years after myself, and I'll let him tell about that.
It was my 4th meeting to get to come to, and I think the Lord had a lot to do with this because I have changed my life a lot. And now in church and serving, and that's what this means to me. That's what this group means to me.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things that when you get in here and you're serving, it's just a group of people that you want to hunt with. It's a group of people you want to serve with, and everybody here is servant leaders. It's been a big thing for our life because where else can you get to hunt and do your passion for hunting, but also be with a group of guys that serves, and then we do breakout things and go help with different churches all over.
I know the Lord had a lot more to do with that but my brother, I thank him every day for introducing me to this family. And now I've got a wonderful church family at Parkers Creek Baptist Church in Burns, Tennessee, and I love them to death. But that's what this, we're about hunting, we're about killing big buck deer, but we're also about serving the Lord.
Starting the 2022 season, we kind of got excited because Mark had a good buck on his farm, which is about an hour-and-a-half drive from my farm, and my farm had about 6 deer on it this year that we had potential to go after. So, and it was a velvet season. We've been fortunate enough to have a velvet season in Tennessee for the last 5 years, and so we kind of started out. A farmer changed up the way he was doing our row cropping out on the river, and he broke it up into different sections of beans and corn. We're used to it was either all beans or all corn. So when we first started putting our cameras out, we had stealth cameras and muddy cameras out everywhere, sending to our phone. We just wasn't getting the big bucks. We kind of knew they were there. We just didn't know where they were. It just kind of changed the whole pattern. That hot spot is right there through that gap. We're gonna go get a solar panel off one of our other ones and end up putting a cell camera right there. Beans, corn, transition, tree line, where all the deer staged. So we started scrambling about 3 weeks ahead of the velvet season because we just didn't have any shooters found. So we moved cameras, started changing up. We went to breaks from corn and beans and found where these deer were at. Hey guys, first week of August in Tennessee, down here on Cotton Bottom Farm. We've been looking for a couple weeks to find our velvet hunt bucks that we'll get to hunt in the latter part of August. And we found them right here at this little pinch point. We've got an east-west tree line, and we have a north-south ditch line right here, and we have a transition between corn on one side of that ditch, beans on the other, and the river's on the other side of that. So these deer coming through here, we found 4 shooters right here on this one spot when we had 5 cameras out south on this same farm and just couldn't find but 1 shooter. And I ended up having about 4 shooters on one section, and we go back in the timber ground, and I had 2 really big bucks up on a big ridge, on a saddle on a ridge. It was staging above some of our row crops. So we had a 9-year-old deer on this that we've had on our farm forever called Heartbreak, and he was our #1 deer. Big, tall 8, running with a deer we just called Big 8. He'd showed up this year, new to us, but he was wide and he was pretty. He's actually prettier than Heartbreaks. So we had a history with him and we was excited about it. So we put a plan together, went back in that evening, and the footage will show kind of how that went.
It's last weekend in August, opening day of velvet hunt in Tennessee. We got 2 big bucks, big 9-point called Heartbreak, and a big 8 that showed up running together. They were here yesterday evening at 7:15, so stick with us, Mark. We're going to try to get it done. It's hot. and I think I got a decent shot on it. It wasn't as perfect as I wanted, a little bit high for me. For that range, it's only like 25, 26 yards, but I think it was a good shot. So we're gonna get this air, see what kind of blood we got. We're gonna back it back out. We'll come back to the recovery with everybody. So fingers crossed. He's a stud. He's a stud. Oh my goodness. All right, what a beautiful buck. Stick with the Barber boys, the Woodsman Buck Venture Pro staff, shoot by side, all by faith. We are fired up.
Thank you, Round Man, for filming it.
Absolutely.
We'll get you one in the morning. Wow, I can't believe it. My first velvet. It's beautiful. Thank you, Lord. Buck Venture Brothers, the Woodsman, shoot by sight, walk by faith. Thank you. All right, boys, y'all gonna help me drag?
So I had an opportunity to fill that velvet tag, and now Mark's next up to bat.
The buck that we ended up calling Crazy 8, he was the deer that was on my property during the velvet season. We, again, wasn't totally sure at that point he was a shooter, but after he lost that velvet and we got to see the true mass he had, and he was just a really solid buck. I mean, we don't, in Tennessee, we don't have deer with that kind of mass unless they're mature bucks. They just don't. And he was coming pretty regular. I had lots of video, lots of camera or cell cam pics and just pics all together. There was a Saturday, we had a lot of remodeling going on at the house, so I just decided I can't go this morning. I've got to wait and meet these guys. And well, that morning, had 2 or 3 days there in a row that had no activity at all on the food plot. And all of a sudden, my camera's blowing up. I'm getting pictures left and right. It's him, it's another buck, it's does everywhere. So I told my wife, I said, I'm sorry, but this evening I'm gonna have to go get in a tree.
Hey guys, it's October the 1st here in Tennessee. My second sit of the season. I'm going it alone tonight. This guy came up and filmed for me at the first opening day. I'm on my own this weekend. Sad to say that I didn't go this morning, and my target buck showed up about 8:30. About my luck. Anyway, I'm in the tree and gonna sit around and hopefully he'll show back up this evening.
In no time, I had does start trickling out into the food plot. Ended up with 5 does. They were there for about 45 minutes. About 30 minutes before dark, I hear something over my shoulder and I just ease back to look. Well, when I look back, one of these does is staring right at me. She's stomping at me, you know, giving me the old, just, you know, one foot after the other. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So she turns away and I get the camera on her. She does that for about another 3 seconds and then turns and walks off. As she's walking away, one of the does in front of her just all of a sudden startles, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? Well, about that time he comes into the picture. So I just slide right over to him.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I think I hit him good. I can't hardly talk right now. I can't believe he came back out, man. Oh my goodness. That's so awesome.
Just proud to death, you know, thankful to the Lord for the opportunity to get to hunt these animals and to get to do it here on my own farm. Again, it's just a blessing. And my wife can attest, you know, all the time and effort I spend into these, and she's filming me at this moment. But Probably much to her chagrin. But anyway, I'm blessed to have her out here to help me, and blessed to just be able to do this, and thank the Lord is all I can say. So after that, we didn't have much else going on around home, and we had a basically 10-day, 2 5-day bow hunts back to back in Pike County, Illinois with S&P Outdoors. We get up there the first morning.
Excited.
This is Pike County, Illinois. I mean, and literally not 30 minutes into our first morning, we have something we've never seen in our life.
Hey guys, we just got to watch the coolest thing. Mark's on the camera. Pike County, Illinois. The sun is just now coming up. 2 fully mature pigs. I'm talking about 250 to 300 pound whitetails just got together right past this fence post over here and fought for like 2 or 3 minutes. Oh yes. Dude, they are huge. Told you. Look at the body. That's awesome. Pike County, Illinois, boys. 109 yards. 108.7 yards on the vortex. Oh my. We said if we didn't even get to shoot a deer, if we got to see this right here, it's worth the trip.
That is worth the trip right there, brother. Look at that.
What would be cool is if that was happening at about 60 yards from us right there by the posts. Dude, they're going at it hard.
It's a bigger deer than you think it is.
You think that 8 points bigger than what we think?
It's 2 studs right there.
We wanted our whole lives to see something like that. We kept being coming from Tennessee, but come to Pike County and see it in the first 30 minutes.
Absolutely.
It's one of the best, coolest things my brother and I have ever seen.
So after Illinois, we headed back home. Thanksgiving was coming up. Scott's got an annual thing with his daughter and son-in-law that come into town, and it's a tradition now.
Yeah.
That we hunt deer on Thanksgiving weekend. I'll let him tell it.
Yeah, we usually gather. It's kind of a thing we're doing now to make sure that all our family comes together, break bread together, and just spend that fellowship time. I took my daughters, both of them, Lauren and Grace, all their life been hunting. My youngest daughter, Grace, is in college now. My oldest daughter had got married a couple of years ago and was on one of the episode 3 with us. I took her on Thanksgiving, and she got to harvest a pretty good 8-point. But this year, when they were coming in, I had a buck showing up. I mean, literally just all over every camera. So her husband Kyle's coming. I'm like, look, Mark's coming down. We'll put Kyle and Mark together on one location, and me and Lauren will go on the other location. Hopefully we can get some of these deer on film. And sure enough, that Wednesday evening before Thanksgiving, Lauren and I go to what we call the Bad Eye Stand out on the river, and it just loads down with does, but it's kind of a late pattern. They're really like the last 15 minutes of daylight, and the does were everywhere, and sure enough, the last 2 minutes of light, a really good 8-point that we call Tank. He's wide, not long tines, but this body's huge. We had him all summer when he was in velvet running around there. He was just a tank. And so he comes down right about the time we're getting ready to take a shot. I lose camera light, and she shoots. We don't know if she's hit it or not. She's telling me she didn't feel good about it because she just didn't feel comfortable with that scope. It wasn't her gun. She's always had her 243 and very comfortable with it, and she's never missed. So she's mad at me. We go back and look, and we didn't find any blood.
No blood
Pretty confident that she just clean missed that deer at 150 yards. So we decided the next morning we got a game plan. We're not gonna go there because we had hunted and shot at a deer, scared everything off, and then we came back and looked after dark. So we think we've really boogered that place up a little. Right. So we go up on the big ridge where I harvested that velvet buck, because there's deer hitting that camera now, and about 600 yards from that, it's really good 11 points been daylighting. we put Kyle on that because Lauren's she's had an opportunity. We put Lauren on the saddle where I harvested the Velvet 8, and lo and behold, 30 minutes after daylight, who shows up? The 11 point.
You don't even cut it. What do you say? Throw the sheet in the old.
Oh my word. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. This is the biggest deer that I have killed and on the family farm. So really excited. A lot to be thankful for.
So yeah, to say 2022 for the Woodsman was just awesome for us. We got to hunt with my daughter, harvest a good deer. Mark and I got to go to Illinois.
Right.
We both got to harvest good deer ourselves on our own property. My first velvet buck.
Got to see the best buck
Buck fight we've ever seen in our life. And I don't know, Mark, what do you think?
I just think it's amazing, you know, that we get to do this. We get to do this with the Woodsman. We get to do this and worship the Lord, and it's a phenomenal thing, and can't wait for next year.
Season 5 of the Woodsman coming at you.
Now.